So this is not a political post. This is a humanity and professionalism reminder. To my
Something that all these people that are openly making it political lack entirely. Back with Jeffrey Mead. I like this guy. He's got a lot of really level-headed takes. I'd love to go have, well, I don't really normally drink, but I'd love to have a beer with him. So, or just a drink in general. He seems like a cool guy you could talk shit over with. But yeah, so we're back to... Have you idiots not freaking learned that being in the medical field just doesn't give you the right to go say dumb shit online? You're in, and this is, again, more proof to the point that you can be hopelessly uneducated no matter how well instructed you might be. Point in proof, not Jeremy or not Jeffrey, but this dude who, what's his face? Yeah, so pretty. Let's get back to it in a quick second, then I'll get into that. But yeah, denying medical care based on politics is not ethical conviction. It sure the hell isn't. And assuming that your college, and this is where they get you, they love to hit you with that Hippocratic Oath bullshit. Assuming that the colleges, and that's from Harvard, mind you, that most of these medical schools or whatever, most of the modern ones don't even have a Hippocratic Oath, which is concerning to say the least. But depending upon which school that you graduated from, also dictates what Hippocratic Oath you subscribe to. That's where they get you with the confusion and the obfuscation. But whatever, I'll digress from that. Real quick before we keep cooking on this, if this take or the questions are hitting for you, smash that like if it resonates, drop your thoughts in the comments, I do read them all, and subscribe so you don't miss the daily doubles that I'm dropping. Glory to the algorithm! It is discrimination and a danger to patients. It absolutely is. You're fucking with people's lives. Things you have no business messing around with. And if you do that kind of stuff, you absolutely should be, well, I mean, these kind of people, as we've already seen, are absolutely going to be uninsurable in the future. They pretty much remove themselves from the medical field with their own stupidity, which, golf clap to you for that. You know, because, hey, you're doing more, honestly, you're doing more for creating jobs than Trump is, which is shocking. That's giving them a run for their money. Woo! I don't know if that's an actual true statement, but, hey, if it bleeds, it reads, right? But yeah, healthcare requires neutrality. I have family in healthcare. I'm not going to say who, where, what, when, or why, but yeah, I do, and I understand the shit that they go through. But I also understand, especially as we saw during COVID, how a lot of these patients hid behind policies like, oh, if you even slightly raise your voice, and I've been through this personally with medical doctors with egos the size of fucking, well, the size of the moon, basically, in comparison to Texas. But I've been through that kind of stuff to where if you even question them, they start, and it's funny because they always have two people in the room with you, or try to have two people in the room with you on that nonsense. So it's them versus you. That's unfair. That's unfair to begin with, but I'll digress. Back to this. The moment ideology dictates who gets treated, lives are put at risk. 1,000%. So, but let's enough of that. Let's hear it right from the horse's mouth, as it were.
Okay, so look at this individual here. He posted this on Facebook. I will not perform anesthesia for any surgeries or procedures for MAGA. It is my right. It is my ethical oath.
Nope.
And I stand behind my education.
And I would very much love to see exactly what school he graduated from to see exactly what his ethical oath is, as I'm relatively certain, without even knowing, but knowing enough about the medical field to get along in it, he's in violation of at least 2, if not 3 standards. So
I own all of my businesses and can refuse anyone. So it seems he's a nurse.
I would love to see what businesses he claims to own, but they might cover that, so let's get into it.
In the state of Florida, or was a nurse in the state of Florida. Now the Attorney General for the state of Florida said effective today, Eric Martindale is no longer a registered nurse in Florida. Healthcare is not contingent on political beliefs, and we have zero tolerance for partisans who put politics above their ethical duty to treat patients with respect and the dignity they deserve. If you were reading along with me, you noticed I kind of mixed up the last part, but you got the point. I would call this accountability. I mean, medical licenses come with conditions on conduct.
Yes.
Licensing boards evaluate fitness to practice, professional judgment, the ability to provide unbiased care, also if there are risks to public safety. And the blatant statement that he made shows a lack of ability to act neutrally.
Yep.
It shows a very obvious willingness to discriminate
Uh-huh.
and the potential abandonment of patients. It's good.
Yep, and like I said, without even knowing, he's in violation of 2, if not 3, of a multitude of ethical standards, let alone his Hippocratic oath.
To see these people held accountable. We should
Yes.
have them in our medical field. Shout out to the leaders in Florida for making this happen. But that's all I got for now. Don't forget, I have a free email newsletter.
Yep, he fucked around and he found out. And he picked he really picked the wrong state to do that shit in. Ooh. It's like just being stupid with a firearm in Texas. You're gonna get filled full of holes real quick. Idiots. But yeah, it is good to see these people getting held accountable. And worse yet, which they haven't even quite figured out, is it's going to make them completely uninsurable. Meaning their medical licenses, and you need insurance in order to operate medically and have a practice, as this guy might have had. I don't know if he did or doesn't, besides the point. But apparently they suspended his license, so can't operate anymore. Sucks to be you. But hey, you played yourself. So, yeah, good riddance to bad trash. All right, next up from Wall Street Apes, an American nurse calling out fellow healthcare professionals that are Democrat, talking about the killing of conservative patients. Yeah, that's some serious shit. So, yeah, that's, and again, is it funny that these people all ascribe to the same ideology and are also incredibly violent? It's really not funny, but I guess, you know, the skim of the surface is kind of funny in regards to that they're that freaking openly stupid. But yeah, she shows one of them telling providers to give conservative patients a certain drug. Oh, yeah, we saw that one, and I don't think I actually covered it on this, but yeah, she was openly telling people to give conservative patients a certain drug that will make them paralyzed and then suffocate to death. You don't need to be anywhere near the frickin' medical field. You need to be in a frickin' insane asylum. And I do believe she actually got her license revoked as well, as they always do, as they always should, because actions have accountability attached to it. Actions have consequences. And when you're stupid, guess what? You're gonna find out really fast. I'm guessing the rest of this is probably in the video, but let's dive in.
Hey, you guys. So this is not a political post. This is a humanity and professionalism reminder to my...
Something that all these people that are openly making it political lack entirely. They lack humanity, they lack professionalism, they lack empathy, and again, these are all the same people that demand all of that from the other side. You gotta give in order to get, you dumb fucks. Or did you forget about that? Or did you completely omit it willfully? I like to err on the side of negligence versus intentionality, but when your actions are in line with the shit that you're saying, yeah, intentionality is pretty much all but proven at that point. Well, it is proven through your actions.
Fellow healthcare professionals, you cannot wish death upon people and then post it to the internet. Look at this.
All the medical providers, grab some syringes with needles on the end. Have them full of saline or succinylcholine, you know, whatever. That will probably be a deterrent.
So this provider was encouraging the use of a medication called succinylcholine, and succinylcholine is an anesthesia drug that we use to cause paralysis in our patients when needed. So essentially, she is asking for this person to be suffocated alive because you would not be able to breathe, you would not be able to move, you wouldn't even be able to blink. So you would suffocate alive. This is not acceptable behavior.
Nope.
As medical professionals, our job is to take care of everyone and anyone, regardless of their race, religion, creed, gender, sexual orientation, political affiliation, whatever it is.
Immutable characteristics. That is the Hippocratic Oath. To treat everybody fairly and undiscriminately. Can you be that? Doubt it. Should you be in that field if you are? Fuck no. Especially when you have access to pretty much weapons-grade frickin' drugs.
So please stop taking videos of yourselves in your scrubs, wishing harm upon people. All you are...
No, I highly encourage them continue to do that shit so they can remove themselves selectively from the medical field where they don't belong in the first place. Quite frankly, my take and stance on the medical field is a very interesting one, to say the least. I can see where it's going, but as we've seen with a lot of the people there, specifically in the lower level nursing and that kind of area, it's basically a high class McDonald's job, where you see a lot of the idiots, and it's a completely oversaturated industry as well. It's like insurance or mortgages. Well, insurance is where mortgage brokers go. They go... Mortgage brokers, when they're not doing well or the market's not doing well, they go to selling houses or being realtors. And when you suck at being a realtor, you go and sell insurance, because that's a freaking scam in and of itself. But I'll digress from that. I hate all insurance companies. It's no secret to me. I've seen it from an early age exactly how insurance companies treat people, and they're all fucked as far as I'm concerned. So... yeah, but no, please keep making those videos. Willfully and selectively remove yourself from not only the job market, but also the market entirely, because quite frankly, by the time you get around to getting your head out of your ass, any McDonald's jobs that'll be left for you will be gone and replaced with AI. So yeah, you didn't, you're not worthless. You just proved yourself to be worthless, if that makes sense.
Are doing is feeding hysteria and causing further mistrust in the medical system.
As if COVID didn't completely derail that in and of itself. I don't know which is lower at this point, trust in government or trust in the medical field, because I don't really trust either of them, considering knowing what I know of both. Make that what you will.
Is to help people heal, not to spread hate.
But I do kind of have a bit of a problem with what she said there at the end. I believe it was Deepak Chopra on the Ed Milet podcast a while back. And when he was in medical school, mind you, he's 80, 90 years old. They specifically, and again, I haven't been through medical school. I can't attest to what they can or do not teach. I've run the theories by people who have, and they've really not denied it. So call that a confirmation by proxy. But when they're talking about healing, they don't allow the words heal or I forget what the other one is off the top of my head. But basically, in regards to healing, they don't allow it. And that was circa I believe 1950s, when Deepak Chopra was going through medical school. It hasn't. It's only gotten worse since then. How is it not? It's gotten a hell of a lot more indoctrinized, for damn certain. And the whole, trust me, I'm a doctor, that's a scary notion in and of itself, because I've found a lot of doctors to be completely untrustworthy, not only based on their actions, but backed up by what they say as well. But they don't allow things, they specifically said, don't use the words healing, don't use, and I forget what the other one is off the top of my head. I got to go back and listen to it. I got it saved somewhere in my podcast history or whatever. But it's on the Ed Milet show. I believe it was 2023 in specific. I want to say November, December range, or maybe it's somewhere in the 6 months between October and March. But go look it up, double check it for yourself. But they really are not there to try and have people heal, because then they can't push drugs and they can't push pills on people, which is their primary sources of income. That's why doctors make a ridiculous amount of money. They get kickbacks from the pharmaceutical companies for openly poisoning their patients. Okay, we'll get more into that, into the mental health stuff, but yeah, I agree with this gal to a certain degree, I guess. But no, please, if you're going to be stupid, keep making those videos. Remove yourself from the field. We don't need you. The world doesn't need you. You've proven yourself useless by your own actions. If you liked it, let me know. If you didn't, also let me know. Just try to be loving and open-hearted with my emotions in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of your body. Change your physiology, you change your psychology. Lift heavy. Eat real food. It's the only one you've got.